screen here. Damn. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is Beatzilla PDX Official. This is the Beatzilla PDX Official Show. And we are here today on a Monday doing something a little different, but still the same. Still on these devil's necks. All right. Let me get close here. All righty. So, as you see, the title of this particular broadcast is When Using White Privilege Goes Wrong. So, for those who have been following certain things recently on the news, especially concerning Portland, excuse me, you would have saw there was an incident here recently to where somebody decided that they wanted to drive through the protests. Again, there was a protest for a brother who was shot in the back by the police, Patrick Kimmins. He was shot while running away, as people would know. But yeah, so in the process of them having a march for justice for Patrick Kimmins, one driver decided that they would elect to go check in and I guess disrupt what was going on there. Hey, I'm Myop Bay, RG3 Fitness, LLC in the house. Hey, Shalom. We are in the place to be. Let me see if I have uploaded these yet. I gotta get this up here for y'all. So as I was saying, we have a little situation that happened here, and the way that the news is reporting it is very much different than the videos that you have seen. Very much different, Queen Adia, very much different than what's being reported. So the videos are stark contrast to the narrative that the media is trying to push. So with that being said, let's, again, like I did on my show Friday, International Blackface, I'm going to show you what they're saying first. Get this up here. So let's see here. All righty, there we go. Y'all see that? All right. So this man says a crowd of Portland marchers assaulted him. Okay. Let's get to it here. And my fair use disclaimer is in the description of this video.
It's a story we first brought you last night. A crowd marching.
Can we not do that here? Oh, what happened? Here we go. Okay.
It's a story we first brought you last night. A crowd marching through North Portland streets, clashing with drivers Thursday afternoon. Tonight, we're hearing from a man who was sent to the hospital after a confrontation with that group. Fox 12's Camilla Ortiz joins us live now in studio with more on this.
Yeah, Nora, I talked to that neighbor last night who actually saw this physical confrontation happen and saw a man on the ground with people on top of him. Well, now we're hearing from that man who talked to us after appearing on the Lars Larson show from his Emmanuel hospital bed. Joe Hall has a long recovery ahead of him.
Partially collapsed left lung, 2 lower vertebrae fractured.
That's on top of 5 broken ribs, a broken collarbone, and head trauma.
I stood my ground, and I would do it all over again.
Hall, a local handyman, says he was trying to defend himself after getting stopped in his pickup by a crowd in the street and other vehicles along North Alberta near Michigan Avenue.
All of a sudden, these agitators come out, screaming, pounding on my truck.
He said he tried to go around the group, but stopped and got out of his car after he thought he hit something.
By this time, I've got 5 people surrounding my vehicle, AR-15s, AK-47s.
Hall said people in the crowd were calling him derogatory names and pointing guns at him. While his door was open, Hall told me someone took his keys and his less lethal firearm, so he grabbed his pistol.
I pulled my .38 out of my right pocket and pointed it at the ground and told them, if a weapon points at me again, I will shoot to eliminate the threat.
Shortly after that, Hall said someone tackled him to the ground and took his gun. Videos posted to social media showing the event unfolding, with posters praising the crowd's disarming of the man. A neighbor telling me she saw part of the scuffle from her window.
It looked like he was face down and then the people were kneeling on top of him.
I was in fear of my life.
Hall wonders why Portland police didn't intervene. More 911 calls were made from other intersections Thursday, including Interstate Avenue and Killingsworth, where a driver reported a crowd smashed out their back window and slashed their tires. For Hall, this was the last straw.
I'm done. I'm done working in Portland. You know, I'm shutting my business down, and I'm probably not going to be coming back.
Hall did file a police report for assault and told me he's pursuing a bias crime charge based on what he says people were yelling at him. I reached out to one of the march organizers on Twitter, but didn't hear back. Also, no word from PPB yet on any investigative updates, citations, or arrests. Live in studio, Camilla Ortiz, Fox 12 Oregon.
All right. Let's unpack that, shall we? So, what he said, I want to start with the derogatory name part. And so he's looking at trying to pursue a bias crime. The bias crime for being called a derogatory word. Well, for those who have not yet seen the video, spoiler alert, but for those who have, yeah, what he's referring to is when they told him to get out of here, you Nazi. So he would want to file a bias claim based on being called a Nazi? Well, we've heard his side of the story. Let's actually see what happened. And since last week, there's actually another video. And let me also point this out, that when I reshared this video, the first person I saw that posted this was Tariq Nasheed. Now, coincidentally, the previous 2 weeks, they were making this big deal about the video that he actually just reshared. He was not the person who filmed it, or was the person who even first posted it online. But yet for him resharing it, he got all the smoke. For everybody just, wanting to take their stabs at foundational Black Americans, it's like that. So, let's see here. So funny that this time around, when this thing goes viral, they are not mentioning Tariq Nasheed's name at all. And he's actually the one that made this video pop this time. Kind of makes you wonder, why all of a sudden did they have nothing to say? Oh, well. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and play the first video. This is the first clip of this particular incident. So we'll be able to unpack all of these people's madness. And just remember what the white girl witness happened to say as we proceed. Let's see.
Not! This is not a fucking game! You better not! You better fucking not! You better fucking not! You better fucking not! Put your fucking gun down! Put your fucking gun down!
Put the weapon down! I don't care! Put it down!
You got about 5 seconds to lower that fucking weapon!
Back the fuck up!
You got about 5 seconds to lower that fucking weapon!
Get your booty back in your car!
You go back. You tell these cocksuckers to move. Shut up.
You reverse the goddamn car!
Man, I'm getting sick of this shit.
Point a weapon at me. You point a fucking weapon at me.
Charge the crowd with the full-size vehicle.
That's right.
Your vehicle is a deadly weapon.
You know what? That fucking weapon right there is a fucking deadly weapon.
Yeah, right. You can kill more people with that fucking truck.
You guys are non-violent.
Then why are you trying to kill people? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking Nazi!
Now, did you just hear what they called him? That's what he's talking about. His bias crime charge. Judah Queen, Shalom. Let's continue.
Go! Go! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Go! Leave! Move! Move! Get the fuck out of here! Hey, back the fuck up! Leave! Get out of here now! Get out now! Leave! Leave! Fucking leave! Leave! Don't you fucking dare! Get the weapon! Get the weapon! Get the weapon! Get him on the ground!
I'm a disabled Marine.
Get the fuck
I don't give a fuck who you are!
You ready to get the fuck out of here?
Okay. So the only name that he was called was Nazi. Now, the way they tried to pose it is that this angry black armed mob that he actually was trying to ram his truck through. He was literally trying to ram his truck through these people. I got to show y'all this other. Let's see here. So I'm going to show you where this intersection actually is. Can y'all see that? Hopefully that is sharing. Yes. Okay. All right. So let me show you something here. I don't know if I'll be able to blow this up at all. Can I? Okay. So see this right here, if you can see where my pointer is, this is the center of the intersection. That's North Alberta. So this guy is coming down this way or coming this way. Either way, he could have turned off because this is where the group was. So right in this area right here, which is in front of the parking lot of Walker Temple, Church of God, I think Church of God in Christ, says Church of God. They might have changed the name. But nonetheless, in between Missouri and Michigan. So they'll tell you it happened right there at Alberta and Michigan. Right. This is a crosswalk right here. And in Portland, they take crosswalks very, 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 very seriously. So when you have somebody up here talking like, oh, well, you know, I'm a disabled veteran and you got to, you know, get out of here with that. Because people see, this is what people here do. And they do it often. They do things like this. And I'm glad that we have this example that I could show y'all because the tactics of white supremacists are global, but they very much have honed their craft in the state of Oregon. You understand me? So what you're looking at is just the street. So all of these access points around this block, even up here, he easily could have went through. He did not have to drive through these people. If he would have went up, that would be going north. He could have got back on the freeway, headed around and on Killingsworth, or he could have went down and kept going all the way to Skidmore because there's another freeway on ramp up there. So this man purposely drove through this crowd. So don't get it twisted when they try to put this narrative out there that he just got his car surrounded and this. No, this man drove down there to intimidate protesters. Matter of fact, and one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure I keep harping on this is because we had a brother not too long ago have to take a plea deal because the video didn't get out there like we probably should have got it out there because I thought somebody was aware of it. So what happened was, if y'all remember months back when we were having the protest last year, there was a couple. Tariq posted it on his Instagram, I think even Twitter, and more information had reposted it. Quite a few people reposted it, but there was a couple that was in a pickup truck that tried to run into protesters, like right in front of a 7-Eleven, and they ended up pulling the dude out of his truck and taking a skateboard upside his head. Now, the thing that people never knew about that, or wasn't being shown in the news, but mind you, these videos that these viral videos that people are praising, so they saw them, just like the video I just played for you. They saw it, but notice how they're not playing that on TV. They're just going with this whole false narrative, talking to neighbors that talking about they didn't see the whole incident. Well, then play the tape. You can easily edit out the cuss words. And this is like, how do you say you refer to the viral video but won't show it? They didn't even show a piece of it. But they showed everything that they couldn't prove because they know that there's proof of this. And they got this man off up in the hospital like he's really a victim. He thought he wanted to, yes, indeed. He thought he wanted to smoke, and he did not. And I feel no way about his situation because, that type of stuff needs to stop because we have been such an abused people. If refer back to my broadcast Friday about the international blackface, these people look at us as less than, and then they use propaganda to make us even more less than. But one thing, and like I show in my intro, never forget that storming of the U.S. Capitol. That is one of the biggest things that is the chink in the armor of white supremacy, because now everybody on the planet has to acknowledge it, and they can't hide behind Donald Trump because these things are still continuing. See, before it made it real easy. We'll just blame Donald Trump, because I have so many people coming up to me, and that, to me, it's disrespectful to me and how I came up to tell me that Donald Trump somehow inspired a bunch of racists. Well, then who the hell were these kids I grew up with? Wasn't no Donald Trump there. I mean, these people couldn't keep the N-word out their mouth. So, I mean, shoot, we grew up a little different out here. So I do understand a lot of people haven't been in those environments to where things may have to take a more physical turn at the sight of disrespect. So I get it, especially with those people. But this is the West Coast, baby. We do things a little differently out here. So with that being said, not to say that everywhere else, don't get it in, but, we do definitely have a history along this I-5 corridor of, being about that life. All the way from LA to Seattle. So, absolutely. That's, and it is super annoying, Judah Queen. Absolutely. Purposely look for trouble to play the victim. Yes, Jane Way. That is what happens often here. And then you got to remember, I want you to think of this apparatus that they just put in front of your face. They put the media in front of your face. They put false witnesses in front of your face, which now you have legitimized that to be able to take that into court. See the game they play? That's a cold game. Now you're already at a disadvantage by the court of public opinion. And speaking of court of public opinion, in Rigby, Idaho, this 11-year-old that school shooter, her parents should be charged. We should know who her parents are, and that information should be released because they are responsible for a school shooter. So if you're too brain dead to understand that concept, then I don't understand what any kind of question would be about why their information isn't being released. We know exactly what they do to us. So if you can't understand when I ask the question on why the double standard isn't being recognized, so when we should just sit back and let people bring up all kind of dirt about us. But when it comes time for them to be on the carpet, all we're worrying about is how they feeling. This lane is not for you. Mayo Media. You know, and inspired. The whole inspiration is about our oppression. Don't ever get that twisted. Here in Portland, Oregon, you know that for damn sure. How much positive black stuff do they put on TV? Now, let it be a shooting. Oh, they're going to have a camera in a black person's face real quick because they want to make us the face of gun violence here. That's been going on, but they don't say all this madness is going on with all these white folks out here. These people kill each other by the day. And contrary to popular belief, Oregon's prisons are mostly white. One could probably blame it and say, well, there's just so many white people up there. I would say maybe you should do what Jason Black has done and hop in the truck and take a ride. If you don't believe what people say, well, all I can say is you're at a very, very big disadvantage of understanding who you're up against. From the least of them to the biggest and the strongest. But you got to also remember, this is a system, and this is a system that we just clearly witnessed a couple different phases. So again, let me just go back to this video again, and let's just play it again. So you know, because you know how they like to do. Can I add that?
Better fucking not! This is not a fucking game! You better not! You better fucking not! You better fucking not! You better fucking not! Put your fucking gun down! Put your fucking gun down!
Put the weapon down. I don't care. Put it down.
You got about 5 seconds to lower that fucking weapon.
Back the fuck up.
You got about 5 seconds to lower that fucking weapon.
Get your booty back in your car.
Get your booty back in your car. Y'all hear that? Now, from the street I just showed y'all, look at where he's at. He didn't even have to go down there. He purposely went to disrupt these people. And you know what? I'm glad that they still were cordial and let him go about his business. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, and I'm telling y'all out there, I'm not encouraging violence, but I am encouraging you to have fervent courage in the face of bullshit like this. You understand what I'm saying? Because anybody doing something like this is they know what they are doing, and anything that they get when they're talking, well, you better do. See, so he wanted to come over here and control some folk. Because see, when that power structure, they're witnessing the ungodding of it, they're pulling out all the stops. All the stops, losing it. How many mass shootings have we had this weekend? Happy Mother's Day. Woo! Let's continue.
You go bad. You tell these cocksuckers to move. Shut up. Man, I'm getting sick of this shit. You point a weapon at me. You point a fucking weapon at me.
Charge the crowd with the full-size vehicle.
That's right. That's right.
Your vehicle is a deadly weapon.
You know what? That fucking weapon right there is a fucking deadly weapon. Yeah, right. You can kill more people with that fucking truck. Then why are you trying to kill people?
Did you just hear what he said? Well, you guys are supposed to be nonviolent. Did you peep that? You know what that means, right? I thought y'all was going to be a bunch of soft targets out here, so I figured I'd just get in the big truck and come run some niggas over. Welcome to my city. Anybody who thinks this isn't so, raise your hand, and I'll call you a liar to your face. This is Portland, Oregon, y'all, but understand that's why I call this place the University of White Supremacy. You know, and not to mention, let me just be more frank about where he was at. That actually is still one of the leftover black house owner neighborhoods. Emmanuel Temple Church is right around the corner. Right where you see that church is another black church, which is Walker Temple. 2 black churches in close proximity in 2 blocks. What neighborhood do you think that's in? I'm from the north side, so I mean, this is my neighborhood. I don't live in the north side anymore, not currently, but that's where I'm from. And he's not. So anytime you hear anybody that's from here, well, obviously you're not from here when you say, well, I'm going to close down my business and leave town. So he going to cut and run now because he wasn't able to abuse black folk. Do you see the nature of who you dealing with? Yeah, he absolutely thought they was finna be soft targets. Well, I thought you guys were going to be nonviolent. And they whooped his ass. Conscious Outlaw, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, my brother? We just go ahead and stay on the gas, man. Mashing on the gas on the white supremacists today. That's what we are doing. He knew exactly what he's looking for. Absolutely.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking Nazi! Go! Go! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Go! Leave! Move! Move! Get the fuck out of here!
Okay, he's home free right there. He home free. Nothing in front of him, you see? Look at where he at. Actually, I was wrong. I was on the wrong corner. He's actually headed up towards, so he's crossing Michigan, heading towards Missouri. And if you see them green signs in the distance, that is the freeway. So considering where they are, he actually had 6 different alternate routes that he could have taken instead of going through that crowd. You understand me? Y'all just don't understand, man. That's why, like, for y'all who, y'all fool with me, y'all talk, y'all see how I am. This right here. When you grow up with mess like this, it's real hard to be fooled. You understand? Oh, we don't know. Let me tell you something. There's not a white person on the planet that's going to be able to tell me that they don't know who we are and don't know what they have done to us. If you believe that, then you are doing yourself a great disservice. And you're letting your enemy off the hook with that. And I say enemy in this term. You can't call me a friend or say that you're a brother or sister of mine and as another nation and uphold my nation's oppression. That's impossible. What you could do is be an ally, but you know what that requires? That requires watching the system that you have held on to and has made your life what it is. It requires you to let that go. Now, how many of you are really willing to do that? So I would say, like I tell everybody, vet everyone, because that's a very serious thing. This world has enjoyed our oppression and enjoyed us being on the bottom for so long. So long. Now, and got a chance to enjoy it so long that these people have trauma when they take L's. I mean, just look at January 6th. And moderators, I'm going to ask you to put that link up very soon. I'm going to get to that as soon as I finish playing this video.
Hey, back the fuck up! Leave! Get out of here now! Get out now!
Something else I want to point out real quick. Remember when in that story, he said that he actually, they took his less lethal weapon, then he went into his pocket to get his 38. No, he went back to his truck to get the other gun. You just watched him do it. And now he comes back with the 38. So not only did he go looking for mess, but he's on TV flat out lying in the hospital bed. That's what your punk ass get. That's exactly what you get. I'm glad you heard. Good for you. Now, next time, stay out of black folk business. Hey, but you won, man. Good job, bro.
Leave! Leave! Fucking leave! Leave! Don't you fucking dare! Get the weapon! Get the weapon!
He just pointed his gun at a white man, and the black hero disarmed him. Did y'all see that? Now, this is what's so cold because, again, for all intents and purposes for white supremacy, that white man to whom's life was just in danger because this man just pointed his weapon right at his chest, he's looked at as a nigger lover. That's how they say it. So he is looked at just as expendable, if not more, than the black man. So the black man stepping in because actually they were actually about nonviolence. So he had to be disarmed. Disarming is a very big act of nonviolence. I think if police learn how to disarm people versus shooting at the head and the face and in the back of the head, you know, maybe more people would be alive to actually stand trial. But we got all these Judge Dreds out here that everybody want to co-sign on, like Jim Clyburn. Notice how when people started actually going at the money, you got these old Negroes coming out the woodwork. Well, that qualified immunity don't need to really be taken out of there now. Don't wait a minute. Oh, Lord. Yo, if you're willing to sell your people out, then you are ripe and ready for the picking of the most fiery brimstone hell. Let's continue.
Get the weapon! Get him on the ground! I'm a disabled Marine.
Get the fuck
I don't give a fuck who you are!
You ready to get the fuck out of here?
Oh, that just tickles me so. I'm a disabled Marine. You was just a tough guy a minute ago, Marine. Leave no man behind, man. Keep your ass out the hood, too. Because clearly you ain't from there. You know, you don't look familiar whatsoever. Hey, Kathy B, Goddess Yemaya. I hope I pronounced that right. Yemaya. Oh, man. Yeah, absolutely. Four to the chest. Man, you know, and a 16-year-old, mind you, they just brought this little girl back in safe and talked her down with kind words, you know, because Queen Abadai Shakur did a broadcast on this girl I believe this past weekend. And I mean, they coaxed her down with kind words, not a bullet. She was able to be talked down, not shot. You know? Yes, absolutely. So Yes, shout out to the sister, and may she get justice. May as well of all these other fallen black folk, which I just seen. Man, I wish I had to restart my computer after I had everything set up. Of course, you know how that goes. Yes, it could. Yeah, anyone, absolutely. Yes, they are crying about immunity now because they see older FBA and ADOS being gunned down. Absolutely. But see, actually, but Jim Clyburn doesn't want it. He wants to keep qualified immunity. He doesn't want to get rid of it. And for a lot of people that don't understand, for y'all Democrat lovers, y'all do understand that back in the blue law, that came from Obama. And so that was good old Barry. Yeah, shout out to his dead dog, man. How arrogant and pompous can you be to name your dog after yourself? Y'all do realize what Bo is. Bo means Barack Obama. Lightning that fell from the sky. If you want to find out who that guy is, I would advise y'all to get into the matters of the spiritual situation that you are in. That would be one of your biggest benefits. Trust me. Let me get something else for you here. Something I came across, I was like, wow, look at this brother. But let me mention this. Let me go here. Before I go on any further. So like I was saying, Jim Clyburn and his antics. Okay, I have to do that again. Let me get it up here. Come on now. Wait a minute. Sometimes these devices just love to do their own thing. All right. That should do it. There we go. Let's get that going. Okay. So this is again, fair use disclaimer is in the description. And I ain't monetized anyway.
In some aspects, Democrats have a sweeping federal election reform proposal right now, but there aren't 50 votes for it, let alone 60 needed to overcome a filibuster. Are Democrats considering shifting strategies and trying to pass perhaps a more narrowly focused bill instead, such as the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, in order to get something passed?
Well, I'm a great believer in the Lyndon Johnson philosophy of half loaf is better than no loaf at all. However, I think we must maintain our dedication to making this country what it professes to be. And that is to have a free and unfettered vote. We have already seen now 47 of the 50 states passing, or not passing, but proposing various forms of suppression laws. 2 of them have passed it. Texas, it seemed to be on the verge of passing one. I think that the national government must play a role in making sure that elections are unfettered. And so I know that it's going to be tough. I have been working very closely with Senator Merkley, who is the author or who's putting together S1 that plays off of HR 1. And
Merkley is from Portland, y'all. So he's one of our senators, Jeff Merkley.
Joe Manchin, who has some issues. We've met, and I understand we're meeting again this week. I hold out hope that nobody is going to allow the filibuster to take away voting rights or any other constitutional right. The vote filibuster is all about extending debate. It's not about denying civil and basic constitutional rights, and I don't think that that's going to come to pass.
Wait, is this dude a Q dog? Y'all see that back there? Oh, Lord.
I think that we are going to have a good, solid bill, HR 1 as well as HR 4, which we now call the John R. Lewis Voting Rights and Advancement Act.
Right, but you are going to have to decide ultimately, in all likelihood, whether you're going to take the half a loaf, as you put it, rather than none. And the same thing with policing reform legislation. There's a tentative agreement. The biggest sticking point right now remains whether or not police can keep qualified immunity for officers, which Republicans, led by Tim Scott of your home state, say they need to keep. Again, is anything less? Do you need the whole loaf, or are you willing to pass the bill that has most of what you want, but just not the end to qualified immunity?
Well, you know, I will never sacrifice good on the altar of perfect. I just won't do that. I know what the perfect bill will be. We have proposed that. I want to see good legislation, and I know that sometimes you have to compromise. But let me say this. I have been saying from the beginning, we have well-trained police officers. We've got to do a better job of recruiting police officers. We got to get good people, no matter how good the training. If you don't have good people, the training does no good. Now, the problem we've got now is that there are some bad apples in policing. We have seen it in our living rooms. We know it's still there. We got to root out the bad apples, and let's go forward with a good, solid program. If we don't get qualified immunity now, then we'll come back and try to get it later. But I don't want to see us throw out a good bill because we can't get a perfect bill.
Okay, my question is this. Then what the hell are you reforming? How does that make sense? Where is the police reform if you're not getting what you need in the bill? They're getting what they need. They finna get paid. You all hear this foolishness? And this is why we got to watch those old Negroes. Not all old black folks are elders. Some have sold you out. And we are watching it. We're watching it in real time. Now, the other part of that I wanted to mention just real quick, briefly, earlier this morning, Queen Amadai Shakur did a broadcast referring to the Derek Chauvin trial and how white folk needed to have counseling, grief counseling, over the guilty verdict. So let me put it in the most easiest of terms. And moderators, you can now put that broadcast link in the chat, please. So y'all could go back and check out her broadcast from this morning. And I just want to piggyback on what she said, is that these people are literally distraught enough that they're, some are looking at maybe, I guess, sinking into a deep depression because Derek Chauvin got convicted for what everybody has around the world now witnessed, him murdering a man by kneeling on his neck for even what ends up being longer than what we first suspected, which was 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Or 46 seconds. Now it's 9 minutes and 29 seconds. And people would be upset about that. Now, also, let me tell you something. They're doing that with people in school. So elementary, middle school, high school, college. Now, let me ask you something. If America is not racist, and they answer that so proudly, bald-faced lying, but do it anyway and tell you how America isn't racist. Then what about the Floyd family getting justice and also getting paid? What about that would drive you into a depression? How does that make sense? And I came across a few videos because I just wanted to, see a little something here. And let me see. You know, because as people always talk about us and always bring black folks' name into things, we don't really often get the opportunity to basically defend ourselves or speak our piece. What the media does is take what they want to and then speak for us, put some foreigner up there that does have black skin, but with a South African accent, to talk for us in our place, like they actually understand where we're coming from. But the whole reason on why they actually are not dealing with us directly is because they know where we're coming from. And it ain't the same places where those people are going to speak up. So with that being said, I'm just going to play a few little clips here from our good brother. So, you know, don't take my word for it about what we're looking at, because this brother was not even alive in my lifetime. And I'm in my 40s. But this still rings true today.
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. You pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that's a blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there.
I'm going to play that one more time just for the people who did not hear it the first time. Because some people, you know, I understand might be a little on the confused side because they think things are about woke. Well, I wouldn't want to be among the number that sleep. You dig?
You feel, however, that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. You pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that's a blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there.
Now, with that being said, critical race theory. They won't even admit that the knife is there. And see, one thing I want y'all to understand about this, believe you me, they teach their children about this whole situation. What this critical race theory does is it puts a right now perspective on these parents' children, so their classmates, to say, oh, here's the connection. Not hard to see. So if you're in that predicament, well, of course, yeah, you wouldn't want your children to think any less of progressing this finely tuned system of white supremacy that has dominated the planet for the last 500 years. Well, all things come to an end, don't they? All good things come to an end. It's been a good thing for some. It's been hell for us. Consistent torment, dead bodies laying in the street, blood in the gutter. But somehow you feel that you are free in Jesus, while they can kill your ass right now. I'm going to need you to hold that. If you believe that, you know, there's a politician that's going to do something for you after you give him your vote for free, well, then you sold us out. And when your politician doesn't perform, that's on you. So now we can look at you like the idiot. And if we want to know why we aren't going anywhere, then again, we have to look at you. We have a different plan. No tangibles, no vote. If that's too hard for you to understand, then you can't roll with us. Here's the one important thing, though. What if we're right? Where do you want to be then? Still on the bottom? Or do you want to be rolling and moving in a higher plane? Well, you better get your vibration up. Stop eating pork. Stop eating shellfish. Stop eating catfish. You know, hey, don't take it from me. Let your body take it. You dig? Now, I'm going to play something else too. Because again, I always want to remind y'all on how they want us to see ourselves as well. And something I don't really like getting into too much is I don't like getting into the whole complexion thing. Because my family seems to come in all shades and all colors, which black folks do. Always remember, color is one part of it, but our spirit is the biggest. You understand? You're basically a representative, like you just kind of deactivated right now, for lack of better words. But just for inspiration's sake for the family, listen to this, y'all. Old school.
Black dignity. Just as surely as you're proud to be white, we're proud to be black. Black is beautiful, baby. It's pretty. I always say to my brothers, I say, baby, don't worry about the white chicks. We got everything from chalk to charcoal in our own race. You see? Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. Black power means dignity. It means we're going to walk side by side with you or through you. We're going to be with dignity and integrity. We don't want any more than you have, and we're not going to accept any less than you have. That's black power.
Yeah, just giving you that little bit of inspiration. Can you dig it? And that's just, again, something that I know a lot of people do not hear often. But again, you got to remember, if you think low about yourself, then it helps everybody else join in with you. Now the people are taking a different approach and saying, we're looking at us and we're looking at unity and we want to be one with ourselves. Now you have, well, that's racist. How do you just want something? What if we excluded you? You guys do all the time. You just don't call it what it is. We're bold enough to put a label on it. It's for us. And it ain't for everybody, just the family. Just like if you had a family reunion, everybody don't belong to Big Mama. Jesus, can't have everything ours now. But with that being said, loving ourselves don't mean we have to hate anybody. It doesn't mean we have to preach violence against anyone. I think, if anybody believes in karma, I think that violence is due on these people anyway. So, I mean, let the universe handle that. I think the universe got that one. Absolutely great inspiration.
I'll tell you why you say we hate white people. We don't hate anybody. We love our own people so much they think we hate the ones who are inflicting injustice against them.
Just a real quick hit. DJ Vibes, what's going on? Welcome to the program. Yes, indeed. And again, please like and share. The reason why I'm only doing one today is because I wanted to get this information out, and then also wanted to open up them lines to see who we got in here, and if y'all wanted to express something on today's topic about when using white privilege goes wrong. Going off of the story that about, I opened up the story about the man from Portland that, hey, Cocoa Blossom in the house. Thank you, Cuddy. The guy that tried to go through these people, and these people do this all the time. Me and my wife was in the store, matter of fact, last week, or maybe week before last. We're in the store, right? So we're over by the the bulk section. And so she's getting like spices or whatnot. So I'm just sitting there waiting with the cart. This white man trying to walk, and I see him out to my peripheral, so there's nowhere that he would be able to get in between me and her without touching one of us. And you know how this goes. So he obviously going to try to veer over to her side. But what I did, in this instance, I just backed straight up and closed that on off. But this is the type of stuff that happens. Another instance, I was in a local restaurant. I won't give them no shine because their food is subpar, and but they did treat me decent last time I was in there. But nonetheless, I was in the counter ordering, and this white woman just kept stepping up and kept getting closer and closer. I'm like, lady, will you give me my space? I guess she figured I wasn't going to say nothing. Lady, you're almost touching me. And I had a bag. I was carrying a bag, and she was like, oh, well, I'm not touching you. I'm touching your bag. Like, ma'am, you are still too close to me. That's your husband. She's with me. You're not. So now with this whole COVID thing going on, it seems like that is one of the hardest things for these suspected white supremacists to give away. Just to give you that, so they always got to make some reason. Oh, I'm got to come reach by you. And yeah, you got to be met with a stern warning about the space. Not belligerent, but stern. You got to meet these people where you need to meet them. And sometimes they need to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? And as things are progressing, we are having so many instances of people just losing it. Like I said, we just had this weekend with a bunch of mass shootings. Well, there's another Karen.
You're asking me what?
I'm asking you to leave.
For what?
I'm refusing you service.
For what?
Because I can.
Why?
Because I have the right to refuse you service.
I have on a mask. She's refusing me service. And for what? I'm gonna leave this store because this lady just threatened to call the police on me. Maybe it's because I'm black, I'm not sure, but her name is Callista and she's the assistant manager and I'm leaving. She said she's gonna call the police on me.
Wow.
I don't know why, but I have her on camera and I'm gonna report this.
Okay, I legally can refuse you service.
You can legally refuse me service for what?
For what though?
For what? I have on a mask. They checked my temperature at the door. Why am I getting refused? Why are you calling the cops on me? For what?
Now, she's calling the cops on her for refusing her service, but for no reason. You understand me? No reason. That's a cold deal. And why is that happening? You know what I mean? But it's, I've had the same thing happen to me. I think, and unfortunately there's some of our own that would even love some of their own people to go down by death by cop. Police gonna come get you. Yeah. You just shouldn't do it. But, it is what it is. Okay, let me put this on the screen. So I want to bring something to your attention. I'll share this screen here. And after this, I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to open up, see if I can get this line going, and y'all can call on in. Tap in on, on this little subject here. Can y'all see this? Let's see. Okay, yes, you can. So I just wanted to show something like, people have to understand it ain't just the men. Generations, generations upon generations, you dig? Women of the Klan, Lancaster County, Vermont. I'm not sure where that's at. But I mean, just, and that's, if people have seen me post this one, which says, again, hashtag never forget. I believe in, making things over the right way. They use never forget for something that, is questionable. We do know the events of 9/11 did happen. We just aren't really, I can't say I'm certain and convinced about the circumstances. But hashtag never forget. Never forget, this is who you dealing with. So when they talk about not talking about critical race theory, yeah, this is why. Because who's the teachers? Who's the teachers in these elementary schools, high schools, and such? Who's teaching our children? You can very well have this for a teacher, this one here for a classmate. Any given opportunity, you're in danger. I want you to understand that. And I know there's so many people that, man, things are different now. Not all of these pictures are that old. This picture is in my lifetime. So let's cut it out. You know? Y'all be acting like this stuff is so far removed from history or in the history. No, it ain't. No, it is not. You dig? So I just wanted to show y'all that. Know the difference between allies and who ain't. Oh, and shout out to John Brown. I believe today is John Brown's birthday. So one of the white allies of history, you know, maybe Richard Sudan is John Brown reincarnate. Because I don't see nobody else doing what he do. Richard Sudan be going in. So, well, hey, maybe he is one of us. Let's see, let me get that with the video. Okay, so I'm setting this up now. All right, I hope y'all, do I have anybody want to call in here? Let me know. Please let me know. I need y'all. I want to hear from y'all today. All right. So far, again, please like, share, subscribe, share this channel. You know, we're just now getting started. But, you know, growing slowly but surely. And then, you know, some things just catch fire, you know, which is a good thing. Let me see, join my audio. Yes. Okay. There we go. All right. So let me see if I can get this link in the chat. Yeah. All right. Can y'all see that link? See, some destinations won't get it. It looks like it went to Facebook. Okay. So if you see the link in the chat, you can call in on Zoom and you can be part of this broadcast. Please feel free. Let's see. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Bam. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, so that is open. So yeah, by any means, you know, y'all go ahead, come on in, and come on in. Let's see what I got here. In the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram at beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Twitter at beatzillapdx. And you can also follow me on Melanated People at Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And that's where I am for the most part of the time. Well, actually, I'm on all of my platforms, to be quite honest. And I want to know, you guys want to chime in on the critical race theory? I am all for it. Let me see. Get Silent D in here. Silent D is coming in. Okay. All right. And I do have Silent D in the house.
Yes, sir. How are you, King?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Your sound is good and crispy too. Good. Yes, sir.
I think it's because I think it's because this rental minivan that I got.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And man, I'm glad to hear that you safe. This brother was in a fender bender. The car, I'm assuming that car is totaled. Because
Yeah, it pretty much is totaled. I just got off with my insurance company and told them where my baby was located. So they're gonna do the appraisal, and I'm gonna see what they'll reimburse me with so I can get another vehicle.
Right.
Which may be a truck or SUV. We'll see what happens.
That's what's up. Well, that's what's up. Well, so man, what do you have on today, man? Go ahead.
Let's see. What do I have on white privilege and it going so wrong? Oh, I have a lot to say about this, especially what they're doing nowadays, which we're now catching on to media, which is why they are sending out the coon signal, and every one of the coons are going to the coon mobile trying to come at us doing their massive bidding, which that's not going to work. So that's not going to work very much longer. And that's pretty much the signal that they're a superior white image, which they never really had from the get-go if they had to make a damn system to oppress others, but mainly us.
Right.
From the get-go, they never had that. They never had that superior image. They never had that. They always had that inferior complex.
Right.
If you say you guys were so great, then why did you have to do all these things? Why did you have to bomb churches back in the day? Why do you have the lynches? Why do you still have the lynches? For what? What is that about? And you guys want to say you're superior. I hate to break it to you, but that's not it. It never was.
Right.
It never was. And for that guy talking about I'm a disabled Marine, I'm a disabled veteran. Oh, shut your ass up. You wasn't disabled a second ago when you try to go through those people down that street. Which yeah, he had multiple routes to go through. So what are you trying? Don't even try to play victim. You want all the smoke, so don't be mad and sad that they manhandled your ass down to the ground and disarmed you. Don't be mad and try to play victim. And then was he in a hospital bed? Did you say he was in a hospital bed?
Yeah, bruh. He was in the he's doing the video on his back. When you get a chance to look at the replay, you gotta look at it, man. He's in.
I cannot.
Oh man.
I can't. No, man. No.
Yeah,
oh, my
man.
God. You can't be serious. Like you supposed to be injured. If you injured, how the hell you gonna make a video on your back? How you got that much energy to make a video? And was he holding his phone himself?
No. They actually this is our local media that went to his hospital room.
Oh yeah, the local media.
Yeah.
You did say that.
Yes.
And that's another thing. Right there. The mainstream media. That's their biggest weapon that they love to use against us. And notice how the new black media, have been on the scene. They have been trying to pump out these stories of some black folk acting crazy.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I just posted some of them in the chat, in the Royal Court DM.
Okay.
Which you guys which I think some of y'all may have seen, but they are pushing those out so fucking fast and so hard. It's too obvious. It's so obvious that their image is on the line, and they know this. They know this.
Very much so.
They know this. We got them on the run. They're on the ropes. They're cornered. They are bearing their fangs, trying to have a last-ditch effort to take control of the narrative, but it's not working anymore. It's just not.
Facts.
They cornered us like animals. Now we're the hunters that got the gun. Ain't no fun, is it?
Not at all. And especially, with the way things are happening and progressing. Like I said, with this whole video, it was Tariq Nasheed that actually brought this video out to light. But they have no mention of the man this week because he just pretty much put his foot in the industry's ass on an independent black release, being #1 in the country, in the world. The #1 documentary.
And there were some folks trying to cancel. Right, there were some folks trying to cancel that on trying to leave 1-star reviews on Amazon, but that didn't go out too well because it's already at 4.8 stars and still is. It still is. It still is.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but you can't cancel grassroots, y'all.
No.
It's just not gonna work that way.
No, we are the soil. I mean, so where do you go from there? Like, like them brothers that went out there and got Roland Martin's ass up off the block. He thought that would work. It's like they don't fool with you, man. What you don't understand
Right.
is I about to came
all
up.
the stuff that do sound like Porky Pig. And that's also. I mean, he looks like Porky Pig too. He probably smelled like it as well. Like, dude, we had enough of you. Just go put yourself on history and spin yourself around the bonfire.
For real.
Off yourself, please. We have nothing to say to you, Roland. And I actually used to mess with him too until I started noticing that something's off about him.
Right.
And it's not just him. It's a lot of these mainstream black folk on these platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Joy Reid, Don Lemonade, who else?
Tamron Hall. Don't leave her out. Shoot, she don't even fool with us at all. She don't fool with us at all.
And Tamron Hall getting called out for her shit too.
Mm-hmm.
She getting called out badly. And I'm like, wait, so y'all now calling her out? You're not surprised?
Right. Now, let me say you something. Jane Way, you just put some bowling balls and pins in the chat. Do you know that YouTube just held back that comment? I had to release the comment.
What?
Yeah, it's just absolutely emojis. It's not like these are your emojis. Why did you hold this back?
Oh, they just don't want us to express ourselves at all. They just don't want us to express ourselves at all. Holding back comments for reviews due to potential spamming. Google moderators in our chat.
Yes.
Oh my God, they are trying to cover every base of white supremacy.
Absolutely.
They are trying to cover every base.
Absolutely.
It's so sad.
Crazy. It's crazy. But I mean that again, like we were talking, I talked to you on the phone the other day. It's one of them things to where we were the expected unexpected. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't think people knew that something was coming, but I don't think they understood the level of intensity of it. And then you just have things rolling and rolling and rolling. You got Jason Black that just did a show this weekend. Pushing this whole thing out. And what's so funny about this is Roland Martin went on a blocking binge this weekend. He went on a blocking binge this weekend, and I really don't get into that too much because I don't like.
I have yet to make that list.
Really? Man, I'm surprised.
I have yet to make that list.
He didn't like the. I made a meme of him. I made a GIF, a video with the butter your biscuit song.
Oh no!
I got to repost. I'm gonna repost that at some point. I might even upload that to this channel. You gotta butter your biscuits.
No.
Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna re-upload that. Oh, he blocked you last year? Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing. How can you stand up to the test if you run every time somebody challenges your bullshit?
Right.
I mean,
all the narratives he's been spewing trying to get a job with the Democratic Party, which obviously he should have gotten a wake-up call that they don't want his ass at all. Not even Scamala, which she ain't black, by the way.
Oh, Lord.
She don't want you.
Right. Man, and did you?
I don't get what.
No, go ahead.
I don't get what is up with some of these black folks that are trying to kiss up to that. Like, have they not seen the history of some of the folks that came before them, and hell, some of the current folks that are in there now? Like, we have Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms that pretty much just announced that she was stepping down, but as we all know, it's probably not on her own.
Oh no,
she was probably talked to.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You better believe it. You better believe she was told to. And I'm not surprised because they're getting people out the way. They always do that. And start shuffling things up. And I don't know if you saw the article from earlier about Simone Sanders.
No, what happened with her?
So this came out early. I'm waiting. Come on now. So The Hill reported this. This says Simone Sanders, quote, hurt at being passed over for press secretary.
Hurt. You mean to tell me all that linebacker she was doing for Jim Crow Joe, she ain't hurt yet?
So let me read this real quick. Let me read a little bit of this. So this is again from The Hill. It says Simone Sanders, a senior advisor to Vice President Harris, was reportedly hurt after being passed over for the White House press secretary job. According to a wide-ranging Washington Post feature on Sanders and her fiance, DC's director of culture and nightlife, Sean Townsend, Bakari Sellers, a civil rights attorney and mutual friend of the couple, said Sanders was stung after Biden ultimately chose former Obama communications director Jen Psaki or I'm not sure how you pronounce that, for the press secretary job. But see, and what's so funny though? Okay, so if anybody is aware, I believe that woman is Pakistani. So she's an East Indian for all intents and purposes.
Oh yeah, so she's definitely in Kamala's radar.
Yeah, the sister girl thing just went right on out the window, didn't it?
She was never a sister to begin with.
Oh God!
Not even when she went to Howard University, she was a sister.
Man, I got to get me a crow sound. I got to get a crow sound because that I'm gonna have to start using the crow sound because there's a lot of people eating crow right now. How is that bird tasting?
Boy.
How is that tasted bird?
I think you can saute it a little bit after you grill the crow if you know how to pluck it right. It'll taste fine after all, even if it's not a good thing that you want to eat. I mean,
oh no. Queen Adiyar, are we still freezing? Because I'm looking at another screen here, and I'm not freezing on my other one. But this is Screw Tube, and we know how they are getting down right now, from the largest platforms down to the smallest. So that's just what it is. And again, man, I just can definitely say that you had an angel on your side looking out for you, because I saw that car wreck. So
right?
Definitely it's good to hear that you are healthy, not injured. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, just for the sake of them hearing it, explain the freak way that this accident happened, please.
So basically what happened was this. So I work at the Letter Eagle. I work at the Letter Eagle, right? So I was on Georgia 316 getting toward Boggs Road. And I had to get in the left. I was already in the left lane. Well, I kind of had to get in the left lane because there was another silver vehicle. It was a Ford Escape that came into, I was in the right lane getting off of exit 105, right? So I had to miss that since I was already going 70, and that was a speed limit getting onto there. So I saw, so the way the guy in that Nissan Pathfinder, also silver, was cutting across the fork, thinking, he cut across the fork, right? I couldn't even react right. I was already going 70. Dude was barely even trying to push past 50. So I saw him cutting across. So I was already in the left lane thinking I was going to be good. I didn't know he's going to shift all the way over. So I had to swerve trying to get into the avoidance lane, but then he was in the middle, and all I could do was just brake and take the hit. So because of him cutting across the fork, I rear-ended him.
Insane.
And you know the funny thing was this. After, for whatever reason, he got taken out in handcuffs. I don't know what happened, but he was the one. And he had to have a translator, so he couldn't speak really good English.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. So he was over there trying to drive third world style on you, huh?
I guess.
Goodness. You know, it's almost like
know.
I believe things like, you know, I believe in spiritual occurrences. And, you know, I think that the powers that be, you know, they'll definitely put something out there in the wind. But that just goes to show that the truth prevails. You know, the truth prevails. And yeah, Judah Queen, you already know. Yes, indeed. And again, y'all, I got this link in the chat. You know, if y'all want to get in here, you are more than welcome to come and chime in with the family. If you are, hopefully, you're in a good location where you know your sound is good. But yeah, but yeah, man. Anything else you want to say to the folk?
Well, just gotta say this. Remember, Royal fan, we are still at war. They are pushing out every stop they can push because they know we got them on the run. So let's keep the pressure on them and not let up at all. And remember to shop your local. Shop at any Black-owned business that you can find, and also make sure that they are Black-owned businesses, because we know how some folk can impersonate as a Black-owned business by maybe having a Black face at the front, but they're not.
Right? That's a fact, brother. Man, well, man, once again, as always, you know, you always come in with the strong takes, brother. Ah, yes. So if anybody again wants to come in, please do. We let my brother get on here and get on his work day. Are you off today?
Yep.
No, okay, yeah, you on the way to work. All right.
Actually,
so man,
I'm already there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just still in my vehicle.
Okay, got you. See, so yeah, I figured. Well, yeah, man, thank you very much, brother. As always, man, and you already know I'll be hollering at you.
All right. Peace, B1.
B1, brother. All right. That was Silent D Productions, one of my silent moderators, also a moderator for Queen Amadai Shakur on her various networks, which one channel right now is actually down, which is the Authentic Black Goddess TV channel, which has been banned again. You know, for those of y'all who've been following this one, yes, things are going to get interesting. Now, I do have to shout out Tina Berry and the members of the Empires of Alkebulon. Juneteenth is coming up. I am looking to try to get some arrangements cracking here so I can be there to participate and hopefully see some of y'all. She did a video yesterday. So if you follow straight up No Chaser with the Queen, that's Tina Berry. She also is building something else and also building her business. So as an entrepreneur, right now, you know, she even has some of her mods are actually, you know, boots on the ground working with her too. So man, it's a good thing, man. It's really a good thing. We're at a good time. Understand that, you know, this ain't the easy route, but it's the best one. You know, it's definitely the best one. So, you know, I don't see anybody in my call queue. I'll give a few more minutes, and then I'll go ahead and wrap up this broadcast. But yes, thank everybody for hanging out with me today. I figured this would kind of be a little longer show because I had so much to play. But with that being said, you know what? Let me need to open this up. And again, if anybody want to come on in, let me know. But if not, then I will play one more refresher video before I go. Yeah, do that. Let's see what we got here. No, still nobody. Y'all quiet today. You know, and that's why I want to. I'm on 2 Facebook channels and on my YouTube channel right now. So for the Facebook followers, please go follow my YouTube channel, which is beatzillapdx official. beatzillapdx official at YouTube. Definitely go like, subscribe. I've been on a 4-month live ban from Facebook, so until they can find some other slimy reason to get me off of lives, then here I am, and here I shall be. But with that being said, you know how they get down. You know how they get down. So they basically, I'm white and I say so, sometimes seems to take precedence in these situations, unfortunately. So let me see what I got here. Okay, so nobody's in there right now. So what I will do, let's go to another screen. And so just as a refresher, let me go back to this movie, or not movie, I'm sorry, to this video clip. Bam. Just so y'all can just remember how well this man is lying. And just for Silent D's sake.
It's a story we first brought you last night. A crowd marching through North Portland streets, clashing with drivers Thursday afternoon. Tonight, we're hearing from a man who was sent to the hospital after a confrontation with that group. Fox 12's Camila Ortiz joins us live now in studio with more on this.
Yeah, Nora, I talked to that neighbor last night who actually saw this physical confrontation happen and saw a man on the ground with people on top of him. Well, now we're hearing from that man who talked to us after appearing on the Lars Larson show from his Emmanuel hospital bed. Joe Hall has a long recovery ahead of him.
Partially collapsed left lung, 2 lower vertebrae fractured.
That's on top of 5 broken ribs, a broken collarbone, and head trauma.
I stood my ground, and I would do it all over again.
Hall, a local handyman, says he was trying to defend himself after getting stopped in his pickup by a crowd in the street and other vehicles along North Alberta near Michigan Avenue.
All of a sudden, these agitators come out, screaming, pounding on my truck.
He said he tried to go around the group, but stopped and got out of his car after he thought he hit something.
By this time, I've got 5 people surrounding my vehicle, AR-15s, AK-47s.
Hall said people in the crowd were calling him derogatory names and pointing guns at him. While his door was open, Hall told me someone took his keys and his less lethal firearm, so he grabbed his pistol.
I pulled my .38 out of my right pocket and pointed it at the ground and told them, if a weapon points at me again, I will shoot to eliminate the threat.
Shortly after that, Hall said someone tackled him to the ground and took his gun. Videos posted to social media showing the event unfolding, with posters praising the crowd's disarming of the man. A neighbor telling me she saw part of the scuffle from her window.
It looked like he was face down and then the people were kneeling on top of him.
I was in fear of my life.
Hall wonders why Portland police didn't intervene. More 911 calls were made from other intersections Thursday, including Interstate Avenue and Killingsworth, where a driver reported a crowd smashed out their back window and slashed their tires. For Hall, this was the last straw.
I'm done. I'm done working in Portland. I'm shutting my business down, and I'm probably not going to be coming back.
Hall did file a police report for assault and told me he's pursuing a bias crime charge based on what he says people were yelling at him. I reached out to one of the march organizers on Twitter, but didn't hear back. Also, no word from PPB yet on any investigative updates, citations, or arrests. Live in studio, Camilla Ortiz, Fox 12 Oregon.
Okay. All right. Well, now I just went ahead and touched a bit of that. And it looks like I actually have my sister off in here. So I got my sister, Eris Roxy, in the house. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. You got to turn me down in the background, though. I said your background. I said you got to turn down the playback in the background. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Huh? Oh, okay. You know what? Let me. I'm gonna put a different link in the chat, and I'll let you come in there. Okay. So let me do this real quick. Okay. Yeah. Well, no, you're on now. I just need you to turn down your background noise. Yep, I got you now. Yeah, you are on air. Can y'all hear? Type 1 in the chat if y'all can hear Eris. No, don't mute yourself. I can hear you fine now. You're good. You're good. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you're good. Your sound is good. Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hopefully. Can you hear me, Miss Eris? Eris Roxy. Uh-oh. Oh, I wonder what happened to her audio. Oh, okay. You in your laptop. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you go out and I'll let you come back in. Okay. There we go. That's the unmute. There we go. Let me unmute you. Should be. Okay. Ask to unmute. Okay. There we go. There we go. Can you hear me now? Yes. Yes. There we go. Okay. Go ahead. No. Well, yes. Yes. A little bit. I do. I hear a little bit in the background. But go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. You got to mute me. Yeah. Just cut everything else and just use the Zoom. There we go. Yeah. So how you doing today? Good. Good. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on, Eris. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. You know what? I need to do something. Okay, let me get you in here. Because they're like, oh, I can't hear, I can't hear, I can't hear. I think that's my fault. You was going too. I need you to, if you can, just rewind a little bit for me. Let's see. Do I got you here? Okay, there we go. Okay, that'd be good. Okay.
Okay. So what I was saying, people in the chat is privilege is granted. And after white supremacists have consistently been granted us, why do we continue to be granted over what they're currently doing to us? We're still giving them our money. And I'm not talking about you having to go to the grocery store and there's no other store. Owned stores that will ship to you. It is imperative that we control our spending, stop giving them the privilege that they do not deserve from us. They don't deserve it. And we constantly design names on it who do not like you, who really can't stand you. But you're still giving because you're building wealth for their families. But what about yours? And what about you? We've got to stop this. Get the ball and chains off your ankles. Stop dragging people to the store. Now, I was upset that the woman asked her to leave, but I was also upset at her for stop begging these people. When they asked her to leave, all she had to do was walk. Don't let them see you sweat or get upset because you're still giving them privilege and power. We got to continue our reactive people. Sometimes you got to listen on the shoulder. You got to let it roll off and handle it in a different way. And not saying that you're caving into them. That means nothing because caving into them is not the term to be used. But at the end of the day, you would rather be walking and breathing than be 6 feet under. So we got to learn how to manage what we're doing and mainly manage the money and the dollars that we have. If we got all this spending power that they keep telling us we have, well, what are we spending our money on?
Facts.
Forget the Jordans. Jordan is fine. He's already rich and got ideas going on with his white woman. Forget all of that stuff.
Right.
Jim and their, wanting to be black but don't want to be black and doing all this extra nonsense. They will never be us people, ever.
Right.
So
I agree.
So I D said it as well. I promote black businesses on no excuse as to where we can't go. We don't have a black restaurant here. We don't have this, we don't have that. There are it. But we'll tell somebody what we found in Walmart. I've been in Walmart in almost 2 years.
Right.
Privileged people and how they treated our people. Taking them out of the store. In my mind, I don't care what I have need of. I'm not going in Walmart. Forget Walmart. There are a lot of places we should not even be going. Our Kings, the way they did, and they're in there having their coffee or drink or whatever. Keep pumping them up. Keep spending your dollars with them. That to continuously be wealthy, you're granting to them the privilege to keep shooting us down in the streets and not saying when our brothers, when our kings, there's no other way to look at it. But at the end of the day, the same way they walk in group seat, have you ever seen KKK walking along when they go on to do? There is safety, and it is better in numbers. So
absolutely,
and stop giving these people privilege. By black shop, black bank, black, leave them the heck alone. Because the only thing that they have to offer us is absolutely nothing. So there are a lot of things in places we don't have to go.
Big facts.
Do what we used to do back in the day. Go to a party. Take your time wisely regarding what is important. And we got to stop worrying about the dumb stuff that's not going to help build us up. Because a lot of these things are distraction. So we need to stop giving them the privilege that they do not deserve and that they did not earn. We didn't give it to them.
Major facts.
Whatever we're doing now, we need to stop and get it together and get on code. Shalom.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Eris Roxy. Thank you so much for coming through and dropping that fire on the family. I know I was having a little issue for some reason with the connection. So hopefully that's straight and taken care of. But definitely thank you, Silent D, and thanks, Eric's Roxy, and everybody else who has been here. Let me see. So I'm gonna close the Zoom call out, and so gonna get ready to wrap this one up. So thank you very much, everyone who has stopped by and had something to say to the family. This was great. And, you know, another one of those. I think this was a good broadcast. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the information. And just wanted to, break down what I see and how things happen out here, and how, you never know. Hopefully this is an education, because not everybody gets a chance to experience what we experience out here. I am my Bay. Oh, no, that's all good. You can catch the replay. This one's a long one, but it's a good one. So again, thanks for everybody that has been here. I appreciate everybody. You can definitely follow me on beatzillapdx, at beatzillapdx on Twitter, beatzillapdx on Instagram, and on Melanated People, you can follow me at Michael Beatzilla Whitmore, and on Facebook, you can follow me at beatzillapdx. And then also for the Facebook people, go subscribe and like my channel, like this video now on YouTube. Go to Beatzilla PDX Official at YouTube. That's Beatzilla PDX Official at YouTube. And if you have any questions, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And, for those who feel so inclined, and as the Spirit has led you to go ahead and put some money in the bucket, thank you for anybody who contributes, any and everybody who contributes to this program. You can do that by donating at CashApp $Beatzillapdx. That is CashApp $Beatzillapdx. And as we say on this program, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Shout out to the New Black Media. Shout out to the members of Alkebulon. And shout out to the royal family abroad. It's a new day. It is a new day. And we're speaking truth to power. We're living truth. And we're walking in truth. Faith without works is dead. So, you believe it, but you got to put it in action. And when it's tested, that's when you'll know if it's real or not. Can you stand in the midst of trouble? And I mean, hey, we've been standing quite a bit in the midst of it, so it's not time to get weak now, y'all. You dig? This is not the time to be weak. So again, please like, share, subscribe to this channel. As it turns out, as small as this platform is, I'm already shadow banned. So with that being said, please like, share as much as possible because it helps bring people get this information. And you know, we're gonna keep on rolling till the wheels fall off. You know, we vertical and breathing, so we still got another reason to be living, which is today. You dig? So again, thanks for everybody. Thanks Silent D. Thank Eris Roxy. If you guys, you know, definitely want to have questions or show topic ideas, please email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And for those of you who will be around the Florida area around Juneteenth, you know, it is looking like I will be in that area. So hopefully I could link up with the family down there, which would be nice. It would be great to see y'all. For those of you who live in that kind of that little cluster of states right there. I'll be in I can't remember the name of the city, but it's northern Florida. So that will be the Founders Day of Alkebulan. So we are making it, you know, official with the people who have been trying to put this together, which is another great thing. So I've done my show with Bongani, and you know, he was there with Tina Berry. So man, you know, it's a lot of good people. Spreading a lot of good higher energy amongst, you know, amongst the world. Let these rays go out like sun rays, you dig? So that being said, I got to thank y'all, and I am going to get on out of here. Y'all have a very, very, very blessed day. Until next time, shalom, y'all. Peace.